$15 million vanished overnight. Not in a hack, not in a bank collapse, not in a secret deal, but in a shallow ceremonial pool. The U.S. government spent roughly $15 million turning the famous reflecting pool American flag blue for America's 250th birthday. Within one day, the water went green. Then workers poured hydrogen peroxide into it. Then the fresh coating began lifting off the floor. Then people were arrested, including a former Olympian, after officials blamed vandalism. Then dead ducks appeared near the water. This is not just an environmental story. It is a money story about cosmetic fixes, no-bid contracts, and the expensive illusion that a visible upgrade is the same as a real solution. The pool did not just fail. It exposed the whole system underneath it. And the strangest part is not that the water turned green. The strangest part is that a century of warnings was already sitting in plain sight. The reflecting pool was never an ordinary pool. It was designed in 1922 by Henry Bacon, the architect behind the Lincoln Memorial. Its deepest point is only about 18 inches. Not 18 feet, 18 inches. That means sunlight can warm nearly the entire body of water fast, and warm shallow water is algae's favorite invitation. That one detail changes everything, because this pool was built in one of the worst possible places for low-maintenance water. The area was once wetland, then filled over decades by the Army Corps of Engineers. The Lincoln Memorial itself needed concrete pillars driven down to bedrock, because the ground below was basically compacted river mud. Under the pool sits a landscape loaded with nutrients, limited flushing, little depth, and barely any circulation. Then ducks and geese arrive. They live there. They feed there. If a private company sold this setup as low maintenance, would you believe the brochure or the biology? That was the first contradiction. The pool was built to be still. That is not a flaw in the design. It is the design. A reflecting pool needs calm water because movement ruins the mirror. But still water is exactly what allows algae to sit, feed, multiply, and spread. The beauty is the weakness. The same feature that makes the pool iconic also makes it biologically fragile. And this was not a new discovery. Algae has been connected to the reflecting pool since the year it opened. Major green water problems happened again in 2012 and 2019. Officials even acknowledged that algae has troubled the pool since 1922. That sounds like a defense until you hear what it really means. They documented the pattern. Then they funded another project that did not solve the pattern. In 2023, government reports pointed toward better circulation, improved piping, and upgraded water distribution. Those are boring fixes. They do not produce a dramatic before and after image. They do not look good at a ceremony, but they address the system underneath the surface. The 2026 renovation did not tackle those issues. The visible change became the story. Waterproofing, resealed joints, and a new blue floor. One Smithsonian researcher put it bluntly, saying this setup resembles what you would build if you wanted an algae farm. That is not hindsight. That is basic water science. Then came the contracts. One contract went to Atlantic Industrial Coatings, a Virginia company that had never held a federal contract before. It was awarded without competitive bidding. The company had previously worked on a pool at one of Trump's golf clubs. Another no-bid contract, worth around $1.7 million, went to Ohio-based Green Water Solutions for a nanobubble filtration system. Together, the work totaled roughly $15 million, and neither contract went through open competition. No-bid contracts are not automatically proof of wrongdoing. Sometimes speed, expertise, or emergency conditions justify them. But they remove the pressure that normally tests price, performance, and alternatives. That is like hiring the first contractor who knocks on your door, then discovering the foundation was the real problem. The bill arrives before the lesson does, and here the most visible choice became the most suspicious one. The blue coating made the project easy to understand. It gave the public a simple image, a patriotic pool for a national birthday. But water does not care about symbolism. Atlantic Industrial Coatings owner told CNN His company handled waterproofing and water tightening, not the water itself. That may be true, but the color still mattered. Researcher Hans Perl from the University of North Carolina noted that changing a neutral gray bottom to dark blue is thermally similar to adding a heater beneath the pool. Dark surfaces absorb more heat. In an 18-inch stagnant basin under June sun, that extra heat is not decoration. It is fuel. Henry Bacon's original gray bottom was not random. It helped the water disappear under the sky, supporting the mirror effect. The new blue surface was chosen for patriotic optics. It made the pool more visually dramatic, but also warmer. And warmer water can accelerate algae growth. A cosmetic upgrade may have worsened the operating condition it needed to survive. Then the water turned green. The bloom was publicly described as desmodesmus, a common freshwater green algae. Under normal circumstances, that organism is ugly, smelly, and unpleasant, but not a major public health danger. The problem is not that desmodesmus exists. The problem is the sequence used to reach that conclusion. Workers added hydrogen peroxide before formal species-level identification was completed, according to the public record. Hydrogen peroxide is an oxidizer. It attacks algae cell membranes. Once those cells rupture, the physical features scientists use under microscopes can be damaged or lost. Reports said researchers had difficulty fully characterizing samples because treatment had already degraded the cells. The response may have blurred the evidence, and that matters because the same conditions that support harmless green algae can also support cyanobacteria. These organisms are often called blue-green algae, even though they are not true algae. Some cyanobacteria, including microcystis, can produce microcystin, a liver toxin dangerous in very small amounts. Another toxin, anatoxin A, earned the scientific nickname very fast death factor because of how quickly it can kill animals, especially dogs. The risk changes fast. If cyanobacteria cells are destroyed with enough oxidizing chemical, toxins can spill into open water. Concentrations can rise within hours, even while the bloom visually appears to be dying. That is why professional harmful bloom response usually identifies the organism before aggressive chemical treatment. Treating first and asking later can turn a water quality problem into a public health question. Then birds were found dead. At least 3 birds appeared dead in or near the reflecting pool and Constitution Gardens within a 24-hour span around the treatment period. The official causes of death were still pending. A specialist raised cyanobacteria as a possible factor, but no confirmed link had been established. Ducklings can die for other reasons, and some may struggle to escape the pool. That uncertainty is exactly the point. When evidence is compromised early, later answers become harder to trust. The stakes are not small. The reflecting pool receives about 24 million visitors a year. If the bloom was only non-toxic green algae, the story is embarrassing and expensive. If cyanobacteria was involved, the story becomes a public health failure with unknown exposure risk. Green water can matter through drinking, touching, and even inhaling contaminated droplets. The difference between gross and dangerous is not opinion, it is identification. Now, look at the technology. Hydrogen peroxide can knock algae back in the short term. Ozone-based nanobubble systems are also real tools. Green Water Solution System creates ozone-filled bubbles smaller than 200 nanometers using cavitation. Because they are tiny, they can stay suspended and release ozone through the water column. Dead material can then be vacuumed out. In some reservoirs and wastewater settings, that can help. But geometry matters. The reflecting pool is only 18 inches deep and open to the atmosphere. The benefit of long bubble residence time is less meaningful when the water column is barely there. Meanwhile, new algae keeps entering from wind, dust, rain, birds, and surrounding air. Kill one bloom without removing the nutrient source, and the dead cells can release nitrogen, phosphorus, and organic carbon. That feeds the next bloom. This was never free. Even the peeling paint has a chemical question behind it. Hydrogen peroxide is used in some paint removers. The new blue coating was fresh, applied to porous concrete, then exposed to concentrated oxidizer in stagnant water. Trump claimed vandals cut or damaged the pool, and several people were arrested after touching or interacting with the loosened liner. But the timeline is uncomfortable. Paint, refill, algae, oxidizer, peeling coating. The repair may have attacked itself. And that is where the story stops being about a pool and starts being about incentives. The real fix was never a prettier surface. A professional management plan would have started with diagnostics. Nutrient loading, source water testing, bird impacts, stormwater inputs, biological surveys, and monitoring. Sensors could track temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH, chlorophyll A, and phycocyanin, the pigment linked to blue-green algae. That kind of plan would have cost a fraction of the renovation, but it would not have photographed as well. The most expensive mistake is often buying the visible solution before pricing the invisible problem. Consumers do this with subscriptions, warranties, upgrades, and premium fixes. Institutions do it with monuments. A shiny change feels like progress, but biology, maintenance, and incentives keep billing after the photo opportunity ends. The reflecting pool will likely turn green again. It is still shallow. The sun still heats it. The birds are still there. The nutrients are still waiting. And roughly $15 million later, the hidden cost was never algae. It was the belief that a surface could solve a system. It was pretending the root cause did not exist. And sooner or later, every ignored problem rises back to the surface.